Hello folks, this is Kurt Cambier from Centennial Capital Partners with our August 2014 Economic Update. This month's video will be discussing some of the important events that affected the markets last month to give you some insight on what to expect and what it may mean for you in the future. And please stay tuned for the end for the important required disclosure statement. Overall, August was a pretty good month for the economy. Investors got their second look at the second quarter gross domestic product numbers and are starting to think of what this might look like for the rest of the year economically. After a long winter that caused economic activity to stagnate, the economy came roaring back in the second quarter, and the latest estimate shows that the U.S. economy grew by an impressive 4.2% in the second quarter, the fastest pace of growth since third quarter of 2013. Even better, the growth was spread across many sectors of the economy, indicating that this may not be a one-time deal. After many quarters of sluggish growth, the economy might be finally moving its way to self-sustaining expansion as growth in one area feeds improvements elsewhere. Expansion in the labor market is feeding consumer confidence, which is translated into greater consumer spending, which will hopefully continue to stoke the economic growth. One place in which consumer spending has been visible has been the retail sector. Though the second quarter earnings were pretty lackluster for most retailers, the back-to-school period was a bright spot, hopefully portending to greater consumer spending this quarter. Since back-to-school season is the second largest shopping period for retailers, it can often be a bellwether, an indication of what is coming in the holiday season. Despite the fantastic GDP numbers, the news last month wasn't all great. Personal spending growth unexpectedly declined in July, indicating that consumption was weak at the beginning of the third quarter. Since consumer spending accounts for about 70% of the U.S. economic activity, a decline in spending could be a sign of Americans are cutting back on expenses. However, the same report showed that household income actually grew during the same period, which could mean that Americans are simply saving more instead of spending more money, and that would be a good thing. On the other hand, consumer sentiment rose significantly in August as Americans cheered up and regained their optimism about the growth of the economy. One measure of current expectations reached its highest level since before the most recent recession. So if consumer sentiment is up and personal spending is down, what does that mean for the economy going forward? Well, it's hard to say right now without more data. What we can say is that the underlying trends point to a sustained economic growth and that the improvements across the broad economy as a whole. Looking ahead, we expect the situation in Ukraine to affect markets as investors worry about how deteriorating security and continuing sanctions will affect the global markets. Although the U.S. economy does not appear to be affected by the Russian sanctions, Europe's fragile economy is less able to withstand the negative shocks. We'll know more next month. Well, that's it for the August educational economic update. And if you have any questions or concerns, please give our office a call at 303-271-1067. Here are some of the ideas that are coming up here this next month. My book is almost here, folks. I've been saying a long time, but it's coming. So hang tight. We'll get it to you. Once again, this is Kurt Cambier, the Centennial Capital Partners, signing off for the month of August 2014. If you've got any questions you've heard about in this update, or you'd like to discuss your own personal financial situation, please feel free to give me a call at 303-271-1067. I'd be more than happy to talk to you. And remember, securities are offered through Cambridge Investment Research, Inc., a broker-dealer, member FINRA SIPC, investment advisory representative, Cambridge Investment Research Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Centennial Capital Partners are not affiliated. And always, folks, if you get a chance, pay it ahead. Remember, live large, laugh often, love always. Thank you. See you next month.